출애굽기 29장 Exodus chapter 29. This is what you are to do to consecrate them so they may serve me as a priest. Take a young bull and 2 rams without defect. And from the wheat flours without yeast, make bread and the cake mixed with the oil, and waffles spread with the oil. Put them in the basket and present them in it along with the bulls and the 2 rams. Then brings Aaron and his sons to the entrance to the tent of meeting. Wash them with water. So take the garment and the dresses, Aaron's with the tunic, the robe of the ephod, the ephod itself, and the breastpieces, fasten the ephod on him by the skillfully woven waistband. Put the turbans on his head and attach the sacred diadem to the turban. Take the anointing oils and anoint him by the pouring it on his head. Bring his son and dress them the tunics and put the hairband on them. Then tie sashes on Aaron's and his sons. The priesthood is theirs by the lasting ordinance. In this way you shall ordain Aaron and his sons. Bring the bulls up to the front of the tent of the meeting, and the Aaron and the sons shall lay their hands on their head. Slaughter it to the Lord's presence at the entrance to the tent of a meeting. Take some of the bull's blood and put it on the horns of the altars with your finger, and pour out the rest of it to the base of the altar. Then take all the fat around the inner part of the covering of the liver, and both kidneys, liver and both kidneys with the fat of them, and burn them on altars. But burned up bull's flesh and its hide, and offers us outside the camp. It is a sin offering. Take one of the rams, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hand on its head. Slaughter it and take the blood and sprinkles it against the altar on the side. Cut the rams into pieces. Wash the inner parts and the legs, putting them with the head and the other pieces. Then burn the entrails, the ram on the altars. It is the burnt offering to the Lord, a pleasing aroma. On offerings made to the Lord by fire, take the other rams, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their heads on its head. Slaughter it, take some of its blood and put it on the lobes of the right ears of Aaron and its sons, on the thumbs of the right hands, and on the big toes of the right feet. Then the sprinkles of blood against the altars on all sides. And take some of the blood on the altars and some of the anointing oil, and the sprinkles it on the Aaron and his garment on his sons and their garment. Then he and the sons and their garments will be consecrated. Take from this ram the fat and the fat oil, the fat around the inner part, the covering of the livers, both kidney with the fat on them, and the right thighs. This is the ram for the ordinance from the basket of bread and made without yeast, which is before the Lord take a loaf, and a cake made with oils and of wafer. Put all these in the hand of the Aaron and his son, and wave them before the Lord as a wave of the offering. Then take them from their hands and burn them on the altars along with the burnt offering for a pleasing aroma to the Lord, and the offering made to the Lord by fire. You have to take the breast of the ram of the Aaron's ordinance, wave it before the Lord as a wave offering, and it will be your shares. Consecrate those part of the ordinance ram that belong to Aaron and his sons. The breast that was waved and the thigh that was presented, this is always to be the regular shares from the Israelite for Aaron and his sons. It is a contribution the Israelites are to make the Lord from their fellowship offerings. Aaron's sacred garment will belong to his descendants so that they can be anointed and ordained in them. The sons who succeeded him as a priest and comes to the tent of meeting to ministers in the holy places to wear them the 7 days. Take the rams for the ordinance and cook the meat of the sacred place at the entrance to the tent of meeting. Aaron and his sons are to eat the meat of ram and the bread on this basket. They are to eat these offerings by which anointing was made for the ordinance and the consecrations, but no one else may eat them because they are sacred. And if any of the meat of the ordinance's ram or any bread is left over till morning's burning up, and it must not be eaten because it is sacred. Do for Aaron and his sons everything I have commanded you, taking 7 days to ordain them. Sacrifice of bulls each day as a sin offering to make atonement. Purify the altars by making atonement for it and anointing it to consecrate it. For 7 days make atonement for the altars and consecrate it. Then the altars will be most holy, and whatever touches it will be holy. This is what you are to offer on altars regularly. Each day the 2 lambs of a year old. Offer one in the mornings and the others at twilight. With the first lamb offer the 10th of ephahs of the fine flours mixed with a quarter of hin or oils from pressed olives and a quarter of a hin of wine of the drinks offering. Sacrifice the other lamb of twilight with the same grains offerings and its drinks offering as the mornings as a pleasing aroma and offerings made to the Lord by fire. For the generation to come, this burnt offerings is to be made regularly at the entrance to the tent of meeting before the Lord. There I will meet you and speak to you. There also I will meet with the Israelites, and the place will be consecrated by my glory. So I will consecrate the tent of the meeting, and the altars will consecrate Aaron and his sons to serve me as a priest. Then I will dwell alone among the Israelites and be their God. They will know that I all am the Lord, their God, that will brought them out of Egypt, so that I might dwell alone among them. I am the Lord their God.